Well, good evening, everyone. What a difference a year makes. Remember, last year today we hit 70 degrees in Portland. Nothing like that this March, of course. In fact, March 22nd last year we hit 82 degrees in Portland. And this March, of course, we're tracking a late season winter storm. Okay, our next storm is on our doorstep. We've been tracking this one for about a week and a half, and now we're starting to see some of that snow move into portions of New York, even western Massachusetts. This is about 7 o'clock or about 7:15 or so as I record this. We got an area of low pressure moving up into the Great Lakes. Another area of low pressure which will be developing moving into the Gulf of Maine during the course of the day tomorrow. So, tomorrow looks to be a pretty snowy day here in vacation land. Snow moves in between midnight tonight and about 5 a.m. It will likely affect your morning and your afternoon commute. I think we have light snow throughout the day, varying in intensity a little bit. Steadiest or heaviest bands of snow, I should say, will be very late in the day as that coastal low passes by just offshore. The winds will be picking up as well. Gusts 30 to 40 miles per hour expected. Of course, you never know that we have a big storm on the way. This was our Raymond Skycam time-lapse today, featuring gorgeous sunshine. Skycam is pointed right at Mount Washington. They're in the Presidential Range in the White Mountains of New Hampshire, of course, the snow-covered peak of Mount Washington. They're going to be picking up a lot more snow up on Mount Washington here. That right there is Tuckerman Ravine, where there is a moderate avalanche danger for portions of the ravine. Hang in there, spring ski season will be here soon enough. And if anything, for the western mountains of Maine, the White Mountains of New Hampshire, skiers and snowboarders are going to be real happy here. This is only going to extend the ski season significantly here. Doppler HD, again, things are quiet in our neck of the woods. And again, I'm recording this around 7:15, 7:30, but we don't have to go too far to find some snow already breaking out into western parts of Massachusetts, moving through Albany and Poughkeepsie. Okay, here's the structure of the storm. We got an area of low pressure moving up into the Great Lakes, another one which will be developing down in here. It's this one that will be moving up into the Gulf of Maine during the course of the day tomorrow, and that's only going to enhance our snowfall bands as we go through the day on Tuesday. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. Notice our storm system moving by offshore. The wind will be picking up during that period as well. Eventually the low moves up into the Gulf, the Bay of Fundy during the course of the day Wednesday. So we will see some improvement Wednesday, but the wind will stay quite active as well. Here's Storm Tracker. This is run off the RPM model. This is just one model's depiction and how this is going to play out. Again, snow moving in between midnight and 5 a.m. Those of you Central Maine, Augusta, Waterville, heading back through the Penobscot Bay, you may have to wait just a little bit longer for some of the snow in your neck of the woods, but it will get there. This is 8 o'clock in the morning. Most towns are looking at some light snow, and I think we see two distinct bursts of snow, one with the front end thump during the morning hours tomorrow. It should lighten up a little bit during the course of the day, and our heaviest bands will probably be very late in the day, more so towards the evening hours. Again, this is 8 o'clock in the morning. One thing we need to keep an eye on as we go throughout the day is a rain-snow line. This model projects it to stay far enough offshore that we stay all snow, and I think we should stay all snow for most towns, but just something to watch. There's still some forecast modeling suggesting that rain-snow line could come close to us. Notice the temperatures here, likely in the lower, possibly even mid-30s at the coastline. Inland areas will be a little bit colder. There's that rain-snow line I was telling you about. Again, this model's taking it pretty far offshore. This is 5 o'clock in the evening. That coastal low is is cranking up to our east. We're seeing some of the heavier bands of snow move in late in the day. Again, 5, 6, 7 o'clock tomorrow night. That's when it could come down pretty heavily for a period. Again, as we go into Wednesday, we'll see some improvement with a mixture of sun and clouds, but it stays windy instead of an east-northeast wind. The wind will be shifting over the west-southwest, so just windy from a different direction on Wednesday. This is a different forecast model. This is one we run in-house here called Microcast. Just a different depiction in how the storm is going to play out. Here we are at 3 o'clock in the morning. Notice some of that snow moving in. It's pretty similar to the RPM model, but just a few minor details are different here. This model's picking up on some of that mixed sleet or rain coming very close to the coastline. That's something we need to monitor throughout the day. However, I think it will be mostly, if not all, snow for the entire region. We'll watch it for you, though. This is 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday. The snow is starting to move out, and again, Wednesday will showcase some improvement. Now, take this with a grain of salt because, again, this is just run off of one forecast model, but I want to show you how this is going to accumulate. By your morning commute, 7 or 8 o'clock, some towns getting an inch or two of snow. Probably not a ton of snow during the morning hours. As we go through the afternoon and evening, notice many towns picking up as much as about 6 or 7 inches of snow through about 6 or 7. Again, that coastal low gets cranking in the Gulf of Maine during the course of the evening through Wednesday morning. Again, this forecast model is projecting most towns to be picking up between 10 and 15 inches of snow. Where it stays a fluffier snow, that's where we're going to see the higher amounts. And again, there still could be a little bit of mixing along southern and coastal areas, so something to watch. Here's my forecast forecast map here as far as snowfall totals. Probably about 10 to 15 north and west of the Portland region, running right through Portland. In fact, you get south of town about 8 to 12. Again, we're watching for the potential for some mixing and probably more of a compacted snow or a wetter snow. For some of the peninsulas and islands as well, just due to the fact that the temperatures will be closer to the freezing mark, if not slightly above the freezing mark. It's probably going to be a fluffier snow the further inland you go. Therefore, I think there will be many spots over a foot of snow as you head back through the hillier terrain and the mountains. So we'll keep an eye on it for you in the coming days. We'll have updates, of course, on News 13 at 11 tonight, and more updates on WGME.com as well. Okay, your 7-day forecast, there it is. Tomorrow's the snowy day. Wednesday looks to be a windy day as well with a mixture of sun and clouds. I think there will be another storm that develops late in the week. We'll have to watch that one. Right now I think it's too far offshore to bring us a big impact around here. I kept some snow showers in the forecast Friday, but certainly something to watch in the coming days. It is a very active weather pattern, and those of you looking for spring in the forecast, I unfortunately do not have any of that in the long-range forecast. If anything, temperatures are going to stay a little bit below normal. But if you're a skier, snowboarder, if you like to go snowmobiling, you're going to love my forecast. Again, an update tonight on News 13 at 11. I'll see you then. Have a nice night.